Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Friday, June 27th, 2025. Let me jump into the charts. Actually, before I jump into this particular chart, I just want to mention that we put out 2 stock picks a week at wickedstocks.com. This week was Mobileye Global, which is a Israeli automated driving technology that's domiciled in the U.S., also Applied Materials. Today is Friday, the last day of the week. This is the day when signals are elicited officially, and you can check that all out for free by going to wickedstocks.com and taking advantage of our 5-day free trial. You'll see those 2 stock picks. I know Mobileye Global is right on the edge of setting off a meaningful signal, and it has the historic volatility that allows a 20% move plus in very short order within about 3 to 5 weeks. So you might want to check that out. There's also several other stock picks we put out over the last 2 or 3 weeks that are still pending, relevant to watch, and we provide all the updates necessary over time for those particular stock picks. You'll also get daily Triple Q, daily SPY analysis, and weekly Apple stock analysis with that free trial. So check us out at wickedstocks.com. Here we are. Weekly bar chart. Tesla goes back to January of 2020. 5.5-year structure. The low to mid 350s has been an important pivot point here. Well, I could go back to the November buy signal when we first closed above it that almost elicited a 5-year channel top that is now at 516.58. We came falling back. We bounced very modestly off this, then closed below it. That ushered in secondary selling to the April low. We've rallied back to it, and we've had trouble. We've not been able to close above this area at the end of a week. We did close above it for several days about a month ago, only to fall back late in the week and close the week below this important structure, holding below the low 350s. Well, I could go back even further, that once we tested it the first time back in May, we then anticipated this rising 3-month, 4-month channel bottom that is now at 305.78. At the time, it was in the 270s, and that was an area that we said could contain selling on a weekly basis, and from there we could rotate back into the 350s again within 2 to 3 weeks, which has actually happened. Now that we've retested the low 350s, we're mentioning 305.78 as a 1 to 2 week objective. And given the recent settlement this week below the 333.52 channel bottom, I think 305.78 is likely by the end of next week, possibly over the next 2 to 3 days. On the way down today, I have 320.44, which is an extreme channel bottom, can contain intraday, potentially daily selling pressures. As I said yesterday, we could trade inside of this 320.44 to 333.52 area for the entire day. If we close today below 320.44, that sets up 305.78 on Monday. 305.78 can contain selling through next week. And from here, we can round back up again into the low to mid 350s within a week or 2. Now, if we close below 305.78, I think it's a bit of a stretch today. But if so, I see that as a significant sell signal that can't be ignored through July and into August. Within 1 to 2 weeks, I would expect a return to the 272.87 downside 5/8 Fibonacci.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
Which at the time we initially tested our 305.78 formation, those two were correlated quite closely together. But now that they've diverged, I'm skewing more toward relying on 305.78 as our trend-defining pivot point. So closing below 305.78 within a week or two, 272.87. Within probably 3 to 5 weeks, 221.86. I could see we've already got kind of a double bottom here. The triple bottom is a rarity. And so I do think that closing below 305.78 carries with it not only a test of 221.86, say by the end of August or sooner, but probably a violation thereof ultimately, if we close below 305.78, I wouldn't be surprised to see the 160s as a 2 to 3 month or sooner objective. The 160.41 5-year channel bottom able to contain selling through all of 26, and from here we can round up again. And once again, I don't expect to see the 160s unless we were over the next week or two to close below 305.78. Now, working our way upside today, let me get back to this chart. 333.52 is the channel bottom we settled below on Wednesday. It held Thursday, can continue to hold today, Friday. If we push through, especially if we were to open above 333.52 today, Friday, we could see a return to 351.39 to 54.23 on an intraday basis. I think the likelier outcome, though, is a settlement today above 333.52, setting up a return to 351.39 to 54.23 Monday, Tuesday of next week, where once again we can top out on a weekly basis, possibly through July, and not unless we close above 354.23 at the end of a week do I see a longer-term buy signal emerging. Within about 2 to 3 weeks, I would expect the 399.22 rising channel top, but within about 3 to 5 months, I would expect 516.58. So closing the week above 354.23, which is a long shot today. I don't see that happening, but could perhaps happen by the end of next week, because after all, we are still above 305.78. This allows a return to the 350s again within a week or two. And if we close above 354.23, I see a get long, go long strategy really through the rest of the year for you kind of near-term investors, anticipating 516.58 as the next big picture target. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back next Monday morning, early, no later than 6 a.m. New York Eastern Time, for delivery of your daily Tesla and NVIDIA reports and the daily SPY and Q at wickedstocks.com. You have a great weekend.